Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Craft Day, the first craft day of the week. And I'm talking to you upstairs to start with because I'm trying another camera angle down at the wreath making area, and it involves having my camera mounted above my head. So unless I lay on the table and look up at you, I really can't get it to point at me. So that's how come we're meeting up here first. But we are going downstairs and we're going to be working on a wreath, a Christmas wreath. And this one is going to be a Christmas bubble. We haven't done a bubble in a while, and it's time to get a bubble going for Christmas. And I'm going to be using that beautiful ombre mesh that I got you saw in my craft outlet haul the other day. And I will give you the number and all of the dimensions when I get down there. I don't have it upstairs with me, obviously. So this is what we'll be doing today, and I'm not sure what we're doing Friday. By the way, if you didn't see that cooking video from Sunday, it really is kind of fun. We made banana splits for breakfast. And they're good. So check that one out. I'll leave a link to it down below. In the meantime, seeing as I have all of my fall decorations basically up, we're going to work on Christmas. However, I did pick up some more yardsticks, and I think we're going to do a Halloween yardstick in a couple, maybe not this week, but next week, and see how that works out. The yardsticks I get at Lowe's, and I think they're under $1 per yardstick. And I had such a good reception for the last one, the snowman on a yardstick, that I thought I'd do another one. And I like the idea of the Halloween one because they don't take up too much room. Anyway and anyhow, enough talking. We're going downstairs and we're going to be working on a Christmas bubble. I'll be right back. Hang in there. Okay, here we are. Now, here's the new view. We'll see how this one works out. It should be pretty good because you can see down, I think, I can zoom you in a little bit. So let's get started here. I'm going to be using an ombre mesh, and I'll give you the number. The item number is NOXB993-17. NOXB993-17. This is 21 inches by 10 yards, and I got it from craftoutlet.com. Now here I have a Dollar Tree wreath form. I'll just get rid of that. 14 inches for $1. And I'm going to start by just attaching this mesh as soon as I find the beginning of it to the wreath form. Isn't that pretty? Let's see if I bring it in just a little. I want you to be able to see the form. Okay, so we're going to gather it up. Same way you start all of these kind of wreaths. And I'm going to just go under the frame, add a crossbar, okay? And take a zip tie. And it doesn't really make any difference which one you're zipping it to here. Get around that crossbar. Because it would fall through. There we go. Well, there we go, hopefully. And I'm just going to pull this up a little bit. There should be plenty. And we can trim that later. Now I want to go this way. Here we go. Alright, now I have cut 18 pipe cleaners. So I know I have 36 pieces here. So that'll help us count how many bubbles we make, okay? Now I get my raw ends to the bottom underneath. And I'm going to make let's see, about a 10-inch poof. And I'm coming right back up where I was. And I'm going to go around the middle 2 pieces of wire. Not the top, not the bottom, but the middle 2. Now I push down with my thumb and twist. And that's just pushing this tight against the frame while I twist. Okay? Now they're going to move all around for a bit. Around the middle 2. And you put your fingers inside. There we go. Sometimes you have to reach in there and find the end. And see, they're not squished together right now. They will be. Okay. 10 inches right up against the other one. Around the middle 2. Now every so often I will twist this. Okay, I'm pushing it up with my thumb, twisting it good. And I'm going to twist this to one I've already done now. And that just helps keep them up tight to each other. This is really pretty, isn't it? 10 inches, right up. Twist it. And puff it out. Ten inches. Tight. Around the middle 2 wires. Push it down with your thumb while you twist. Now, a lot of people make these using zip ties. I find it easier to use the pipe cleaners. However, that's why you have to make sure that you push down with your thumb so you can get a nice tight bubble. See how pretty that is? And people ask how many bubbles in each section. It changes. I didn't want that in the new section yet. It changes because as the wreath gets fuller, there's less room for bubbles. And that's the last one for this section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Go on to the next. Make sure your open edges are down the bottom, otherwise you can't open your bubble. Now this, I am going to go to the one that I did because one is on one side of that crossbar and the other's on the other side. So that's going to bring that up tight to the crossbar. And after a while you get to know, these may be 8 inches, they may be 12 inches. The object is to try to get them as close to possible the same. Whoops, let me go back out here now so you can get a better view. And that one doesn't feel very tight. And they're going to move until you get several of them on there. Go around the bubble, around the frame, push with your thumb and twist. Isn't that pretty, huh? Look at those colors together. Aren't they pretty? They really shine. And I should be able to get this completed with one full row. I have to be a little careful because the ends of these are sharp. I'm pushing them down because they were cut in half. So little pieces of the wire are sticking out of some of them. But the secret to a really good bubble is to get them tight against each other. Otherwise, the bubble doesn't stand up, it kind of flops over. This is really pretty. Beautiful colors. Ombre mesh is a beautiful mesh to make bubbles with. Or poofs, actually, too. Last one for this section. Here's two sections. Isn't that pretty, huh? Beautiful. Now I'm going to try to go around this, and I'm going to pull it over. But then I think what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to bring this back and put one side around the other side of that crossbar. And that should help me, if I can get it up there. There you go. That should help me keep that tight against that crossbar. And twist, 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 twist. Around the middle too. This will look really pretty in my family room where the more traditional colors are. My tree is red and gold with a few additions. So this will be perfect for that room, won't it? The other room, the living room, is the blue and silver. Oop. Lost it. People have asked, can you make a bubble wreath with 10-inch mesh? Yes, you can, but the bubbles obviously won't be as poofy. And you may not be able to get it with one roll in order to get coverage. We'll just continue. Going back and hooking it to one I just did, and then laying them down. I'm going to move to the next one. And I'm going to push it up against the bar. I'm going to go put this one on the other side of the bar. Okay? And then twist. Take the poof, bring it right back where you were before, push it up against the other one, go around these middle two, and you can see it scraped, whoops, well you can't see, scraped my knuckles here, see that? The wires. Boy, this is a beautiful wreath. Isn't this gorgeous? Now this one is sliding because it's in the new section, but it'll tighten up. Move it on over. Fluff it out. And next. And we're getting pretty close to the end of the mesh. And in the last section, we get this one around the crossbar. Push it tight. I'm at the end of the roll. I think I can get 2 more out of this, maybe. gets a little crowded to get these in when you get to the end. I'm doing the same thing though, pushing up with my thumb and giving it a twist. This tape is very sticky. Well, I think I will be cutting that off anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. See if we can get one more in here. It gets a little tricky at the end. It's making its own curls. There we go. And guess what? That was my last pipe payment. So we used 36. It's going to be 37. So they probably weren't all 10 inches because I should get 36 10-inch pieces out of one roll of mesh, 10 yards. I take this piece and bring it back underneath. Zip tie. Whoop. Won't zip it that way. There you go. And you can't tell the beginning from the end. Isn't that beautiful, huh? Alright, let's see if we can find something for a very simple bow, because I don't like lots of ribbons on these, but I sometimes just like a simple bow hanging down. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, I found this ribbon, which I think will be very pretty with it. So what I'm going to do first is dovetail the end of this. And then I'm going to measure how long I want the tail. And I think I want the tail to really hang down nice. Okay, so I'm going to do here. This is a 1.5 inch. But it's one of these that doesn't like to bend well. And do 3 and 3. And another nice long tail. I'm going to use wire because it's longer than the pipe cleaner. Going under my thumb, around the back, I'm going to go in between 2 bubbles here. There you go. This is what I'm looking for. Sort of like a droopsy bow. See it? I guess you'd call it a droopsy bow. And I can leave these down, or they can be given a little bit of shape. Whoop. There you go. All right, I'm going to take it upstairs and put it on the door, and we'll see how we did with our bubble wreath. Back in just a minute. Well, there's a pretty bubble. Isn't that pretty? I love the colors. So pretty. And I think that bow is just perfect. It's not overpowering. And I call it kind of like a droopsy bow. In other words, they're not standing right straight out. They're just kind of laying against the ruffles or the bubbles. Let's go in a little bit. You can see the pretty colors in that. One whole row, we made 37 bubbles. Whoop. Are they back into the table? So I hope you like this. Make yourself a bubble, or 2, or 4 for Christmas. And again, these are not huge wreaths. They're not as flat as the floral wreath, the flower wreath, but they aren't as big as your big poof wreaths. So that's all I have for you today. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes with some closing remarks. So hang in there. Back in a minute. So what did you think? I think it came out beautiful. I love the colors. They're so vibrant. And like I said, they look perfect in my living room, family room, where I use reds and golds and the regular traditional colors, because my baker's rack is covered with Santa Clauses, who are generally in the traditional colors. So this will really be something pretty to put up there. And I will start decorating Christmas in November. Usually it's done before Thanksgiving. I do outside lights, or I have done outside lights. We're getting a little bit too old to put those up. I do not want my husband climbing a ladder to put up Christmas lights. So we got a couple of those swirly-gig ones that go around. And that's all we'll probably put out, plus decorating the door. And I won't light them until after Thanksgiving, but I will start putting Christmas things out and the week before Thanksgiving. So we'll be looking forward to that. Why am I saying that? A lot of you haven't even got your fall decorations out. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and the bell, and you'll be notified whenever we come out to make a craft. So I'm going to say sayonara for right now. I hope you all have a great afternoon. Stay warm, stay cool, stay wet, stay dry, whatever you need. And keep your distance when necessary. Wear your mask where appropriate. Get your vaccine. And everybody, play nice now. I'll see you Friday. Love you. Bye-bye.